This is a negotiation. On AI, I'll just end by saying autonomous mobility, biggest AI project in the world.
Okay.
Most profound application of AI, healthcare.
BitcoinZella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to BitcoinZella today and enjoy the new edge. Cathie Wood explores Bitcoin and Tesla, predicting Tesla stock reaching $2,600. She breaks down innovative trends and market shifts. Join us to dive deeper into these exciting topics.
China's very important to Tesla, and I actually think that Elon Musk and May Musk, his mother, are sort of ambassadors for the United States.
May Musk is a big star in China.
Yes, and rightly so. But to answer your question directly, if China were to fail, that would be a short-term hit to the stock. Would it take us away from $2,600? No, because the robo-taxi story is much more a function of the Western world, where ride-hailing costs are so much higher than they are in China. We know in Wuhan, for example, Baidu's Apollo, is facing human taxi drivers that or taxis that cost 35 cents per mile. That in the U.S., it's $2 to $4 per mile. So that's why we think the robo-taxi opportunity is so much bigger outside of China.
You mentioned Baidu. You guys are nibbling.
We are.
Okay, why? Tell me why.
Well, we had a conversation very recently with Robin Li and his team, the CEO. We understand how competitive the market is in China for both autonomous mobility and large language models. But we're looking at how Robin Li is pushing the envelope. Wuhan is the toughest market in China. He can take learnings from that robotaxi experience into other markets, even just Beijing in China, and here in Hong Kong, where the pricing will be much higher. So we think he's working very hard on autonomous mobility. We believe that autonomous mobility in the next 5 to 10 years is going to scale globally to an $8 to $10 trillion market.
Okay.
If Baidu were to get any of that market, even outside of China in the rest of Asia, we think that's not at all discounted in the stock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself adding to that position that I would imagine?
We can never talk about what we're going to do, but you can see our trades posted every day, so we've been nibbling.
Have you entertained looking at any other name in China besides Baidu?
Yes. I think that the shift in even Xi Jinping's wording, common prosperity, which is still a phrase used, toward new productive forces.
Right, tech in the private sector.
Tech, efficiency, innovation. We're very impressed by what is going on in China. And of course, there was the DeepSeek moment, which for China, or it was the equivalent in China for the rest of the world, that ChatGPT was in late 22, I think.
Yeah.
So that was a big wake-up call. And one of the things we learned, so interesting, is that, yes, they may have done it less expensively, maybe much less expensively. We're not quite sure about that. But the algorithm, very creative. It had not been created in the West. This is from China. It is open source. So now everyone is starting to use it. They say, we love that idea, and we're copying it. So what we've also learned and did not know until we started studying this open source movement here in China is that it really started a decade ago because a lot of software providers from the Western world were not providing their software to China out of fear of IP theft. So China said, okay, let's do it ourselves and move open source. I love open source. And I think it's going to create a lot of competition out there, which when it comes to innovation is a very good thing, especially for the end consumer.
Jason Calacanis, the legendary angel investor, isn't holding back on GameStop's recent Bitcoin pivot. The public company, struggling to refine its business model, decided to add Bitcoin as a reserve asset, a move that Calacanis humorously dismissed, remarking, "If you're a public company that can't figure out a business model, buy Bitcoin." His witty comment also hinted that the idea might only work if someone like Michael Saylor were to invest an astronomical $1 trillion in Bitcoin. Despite the after-hours boost in GameStop stock, the move has done little to impact Bitcoin's price. While some community members celebrate this step as a sign of growing corporate adoption of digital assets, others, including former lead analyst James Check, view it as a sign of market exhaustion. GameStop's solid financial position, with billions in cash and a market cap over $11 billion, contrasts sharply with the uncertain future of such crypto ventures. This provocative stance invites further debate on GameStop's crypto strategy today.
Innovation is thriving in both countries. It's going to be great. The competition will be great. We're going to both be better because of competition. And in terms of spoiling the AI model for Western companies, we are studying, does the model in China where you bundle the software into the hardware and the hardware is lower cost and it is all lower margin, is that going to disturb some models? Possibly. But if you look at closed source models in terms of performance versus open source models, even with R1, the closed source models are still better and we have this up on our website. What's interesting about open source, so while the closed source performance has been increasing consistently, and we've seen some breakthroughs recently, what you see from open source performance, as we're able to measure it, is the slope of the performance is actually steeper of the performance improvements. So we're very interested to see if open source is going to break into the performance territory that closed source has now, right? So
the jury's still out.
Yeah, the jury's still out. But AI, we think, is an enormous opportunity for both countries.
Bitcoin is showing signs of a potential breakout rally, with some experts eyeing a climb to $95,000. As the price momentarily touches $88,500, market optimism surges and traders begin to anticipate a run above $100,000. Institutional support and increasing adoption of Bitcoin-focused products are boosting confidence, yet short-term analysis suggests a possible correction to around $85,000 before the bullish momentum fully takes off. Market sentiment is riding high, with data from Sentiment indicating that rising greed among traders may be driving exaggerated price predictions. Social media chatter now sees Bitcoin mentioned at levels as high as $159,000, though such optimism might signal an imminent pullback rather than sustained growth. Meanwhile, Bitcoin miners are holding on to their coins, with reserves reaching 181.24 million BTC valued at nearly $159 billion, reinforcing the market's solid foundation. Additionally, strong inflows into U.S. Bitcoin spot ETF, led by BlackRock's impressive $42 million day, are supporting the case for renewed bullish sentiment. However, technical analysis shows a double top pattern forming near a key resistance level, with indicators hinting at a brief drop before a possible breakout. If Bitcoin can retest the $85,000 support level and reverse, the stage may be set for a significant rally toward $95,000, drawing both institutional and retail investors into the fray. The rising inflows, solid miner reserves, and evolving technical indicators all point to a market at a turning point. While caution is warranted amid potential short-term corrections, many investors see the long-term outlook as highly promising and are positioning themselves for significant gains. This fuels bold trading moves. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Seller. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.